Hello and welcome to EJ Sport. My name is Guy and this is my review of WWE Smackdown. Starters, we're going to kick off with a little bit of news. We've had some word that there has been going to be an introduction of a separate women's title and also a separate tag team title to be introduced to the Smackdown brand. Whether they have the same names or universal names, I hope it's not universal. It seems to be it's going to be put in after SummerSlam. I'm not sure why they're waiting, as SmackDown needs the boost into the women's wrestling at the moment. Now, tonight's version of episode of Smackdown, they had two women's matches that were no contests, and you're not really doing any favours for women's wrestling if you have no matches on your card that people can appreciate. I get why the Eva Marie thing was done. It was done to make it sure that she had a bit of heel heat, but you know, you are a wrestling promotion. I'd want to see some wrestling. The rest of the wrestling was okay, of what we did see of it. Again, my service provider inserting breaks when it's not really convenient, but main event was good. I actually thought they were writing in Bray to steal Dolph's #1 contender shot, but it was good. I think Dolph is and Ambrose is going to remain that way. Whether it was planned to have Dolph win that one, I don't know, but it's good to see that they're keeping it as it was. One of the other things I wanted to touch on was I'm not sure whether you guys think that it's an insult to your intelligence or not, but from my point of view, if you have stories like the Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton thing, if Randy Orton just has a match with no security around the ring and it's not highlighted that and then Brock Lesnar comes in and F5s him, that's better writing. Don't tell everybody that there's extra security because of what happened on Raw. Don't have constant reminders of what's happened, and then there is a kind of sense of surprise when it happens. I just, because they did the whole setup, you kind of think, well, Brock Lesnar's going to be coming onto SmackDown to F5 Randy Orton. There was no surprise there. I just think we deserve a little better, and that's all I can say from that. All in all, SmackDown was a big improvement, but they didn't really set the bar that high from last week. The John Cena AJ Styles thing was confirmed for SummerSlam, and you take that into consideration with my other video, we now have almost a full card. We all know where the whole John Cena AJ Styles thing is going. The other thing that I don't know where they're going with this Heath Slater thing. If it's just a bit of comic relief, then fine. I just don't want it to be the same story every episode. And the thing is that it's not just every Smackdown now. He's appearing on Raw and Smackdown saying he's the #1 free agent, being the only free agent. I get it, but don't drag it on too long because it's beginning to be a bit repetitive. On other notes, it was sad to see the Vaudevillains lose again. albeit it was lost to American Alpha. American Alpha were brilliant. It was a good debut. I've got to say it's sad to see that when it comes to debuts, they take the men a lot more seriously than they do the women. Carmella made a debut today, and it was in a no contest because Natalya decided it was a good idea to beat her up. I think that's it. I mean, I keep consulting my notes because there's always a lot to discuss when it comes to SmackDown and Raw, but ultimately we are in a bit of a lull now before we hit SummerSlam, and before we start introducing own brand pay-per-views as well, which I'm looking forward to, because we could then start actually progressing storylines and having a more interesting field of wrestling. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like... What? Oh, sorry guys. Dave wanted me to say something about Lana. I'm not sure whether you guys are aware, but Rusev and Lana, the ravishing Russian, Lana's not actually Russian. She's from the States, and Dave is not an expert on Eastern European, and he says it varies from Russian to Ukrainian, Polish. This is not very consistent. To be honest with you, I think everybody buys into the fact that she's not actually from Russia. But Dave, you happy now? You happy? There's other things Dave wants to discuss, but he won't come on camera and say it. He's getting me to do it for him. He keeps talking about the dirty deeds as well, which I'll cover in another video. But yeah, let me know what you're saying. Like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit me up on Twitter at EJ Sports. Thanks very much for watching.